Okay, so today we're going to go over what you got to do to get your stimulus check so that while we're all under this stay-at-home order lockdown, we can make it through financially. So the first thing you want to do, the IRS has set up a special web page just for people suffering from the economic impact of COVID-19. It's called the Economic Impact Payments, and that's at irs.gov, Coronavirus Economic Impact Payments, which you can see at the top here. So we're going to cut right to the chase here. We've got people who filed previously or people who had direct deposits in the year 2019 and 2018 are going to go to the left here and use this filers one. But for people like me and other poor people that don't make enough to file taxes, then you get to the right and use the non-filers under payment info. Takes you to this window. It's here. So the people who are eligible for economic impact payments are U.S. citizens, permanent residents, qualifying aliens who have a valid social security number, could not be claimed as dependent on someone else's taxes, and have a low gross adjusted income. Some people are going to receive these payments automatically, so we're not talking about that. Hopefully you know who you are. And then non-filers under payment info provide additional information. So basically the information they need is your identification information, which your license covers, and your bank information so they know where to send the money. They're not going to be looking through your account doing anything silly. You're not going to get audited for doing this. It's just they need to know where to send the money. It's a very straightforward process, so let's do it. And they have it in Spanish too. So let's enter the information and see how this process works. So before you go to this site, you want to make sure you're ready. You have to have your social security information. You have to know whether you filed in 2019 or you have to not intend to file in 2019. And your 2019 gross income cannot exceed $12,200 or $24,400 for a married couple. So make sure you give them a good email address. Confirm it. User ID, which I don't have. Phone number. And then they'll verify your phone number with a text message, so you want to have the phone handy when you do this. Pick a password. Now they have this feature here where they'll automatically generate a password for you. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. So we'll take that, confirm it. Unfortunately, it gave you the same number again. You better click the remember me because there might be a second round of stimulus and you don't want to miss out on that. Create account, I say. Wow, the randomly generated password didn't put a symbol in, so I gotta put a symbol in. I can use a hashtag. So that was interesting. The randomly generated password didn't fit the format, so don't get tricked up by that. That sounds like something that you could easily get frustrated by, but it's just a matter of adding the extra character that they didn't put in. So now we create the account, and they send a code to my phone. See if I can see it. log in. Login successful. Now, let's go through the form step by step. Your single, and first name and middle initial. Don't put the initial when the name goes with the initial in the blue box. Last name. Social security number. And again, don't be paranoid about this. You gotta put this information in or they can't keep you in their records. And they won't know where they sent the money. If they don't know where they sent the money, they probably won't send it. No joint return. There's no name or second last name. There's no spousal social security number. Then we move on to the address. And I like to leave punctuation out of addresses because a lot of postal service standards don't include periods after words like trail or compass directions like north, south, east, west. No apartment number. Go to city. Go to state, which is a drop down. Now I just have to scroll to get to the M's. This. And that one's a zip. And you don't need to know your zip code for, which is good. I'm sure it takes it if you know it. Foreign country, no. Foreign postal code, no. Dependents, no. Was I a dependent? Was I a spousal dependent? No. Banking information, the account number, and this is a checking account. You can also send it to your savings account, but I wouldn't do that. That's a complication. Just go straight to checking and keep it simple. Taxpayer identification number. If you're a PIN person who has some kind of payment plan with the IRS or something going on already, they give you a PIN number. And since I don't have one, I don't have to put anything in there. Alright, so let's continue to step 2. If you didn't file a return last year, don't try to guess what it would have been. What they want you to do is put in a 0. No file equals 0. So taxpayer would be me, 0. Enter last year's self-selected PIN, then I have a PIN. Last year's 5-signature PIN again. That's an OR, so once you did this part here, you're pretty much done. There's no spouse to deal with, so there's no other step there. Today's date, cell phone number again. Don't let the asterisk fool you. I still need you to put that information in. I guess it wants me to select the PIN. Our next step is your birth date up here. Then I want driver's license number. Issuing state is a drop down again. And the issue date and expiration dates are next to the issue date. I'm going to make an issue about it. And the expiration date. So you get an email that says non-filers enter PA. Non-filers enter payment. This is the email that you will get from them. All this information. And all you gotta do is click the link. It'll take you right back into it. Go back and get started. Sign in. Putting it in. And now, with the remember me clicked, I can sign in. And we're back to the form where we left off now. Let's go back and make sure everything is still there. Name, SS number, address, residence, banking information, checking account. No need for the PIN. Go to step 2. Taxpayer 0. Or, and it's still blank. Today's date, phone number, special PIN I chose. Driver's license information, including the state issue and expire dates. So that's all good. Now I got this mysterious thing over here, I don't know what that is. I think that's the file button, but I can't tell. And now they're going to make sure you're not a robot. And these are not case sensitive, so if you see letters, you can put them in all as caps, or you can put them all in as lowercase. It doesn't care. It just wants to write numbers and letters. And if you can't see those two, you can do audio verification. But this is fine for me and most people. Now they want you to agree to stuff. Sure, I'll agree to that for $1,200. And now you're ready to transmit my return. Your return was successfully sent to the IRS. Next, watch your email for 2 messages. For non-filers, enter payment info. You will receive an email confirming that your return was received by the IRS. And in 24 to 48 hours, you will also receive an email letting you know whether your submission was accepted or rejected by the IRS. And that's your first chance to find out whether you goofed up on the form or not. That's usually what rejections are about. A lot of rejections are because people didn't put in their full name, some because they didn't put in their SS number, some for some other silly reasons that were just basically a matter of not following the instructions. So hopefully, going through this with you is going to prevent you from having those problems, and you can get your stimulus check on time and not too late. So we will sign out. And they're so nice to thank us for using non-filers under payment info. And that's okay with me. Let's see what information they leave us with. This is the criteria again. That's a good thing to leave us with. So we'll take that.